Hey, what's up, everybody? Thank you for watching God's Grace on Tuesday each and every week. Last 2 years ago, 2.5 years ago, the first video we ever put out was called The Theology of the Lion King. This, I guess, would be The Theology of the Lion King 2.0. All right? And what it's about is similar to the first one. The first one was about that interaction with Mufasa and Simba when Simba encounters his dad and realizes the truth that Mufasa lives on, even though he's dead. Go watch that video. I'll put it up at the end. But for now, something that struck me when I would just watch the remake was the scene right before that, when Rafiki and Simba encounter each other. And what Rafiki says in response to Simba's outcry, "You knew my father?" Rafiki says this, "Correction, I know your father. I'll show him to you if you can keep up." And he takes off. Right? Now, there were two truths that just nailed me right in the face. I was like, wow, I got to pray with this. So I did. And now we're making a video about it. Basically, it was this. There's two parts. The first is just the truth that, as an evangelist, when we encounter someone and they're like, "You know a lot about God." And that realization, correction, I know God. "You know a lot about Jesus." Correction, I know Jesus. Having that, owning that. It's something that sometimes can be hard for us to do, but to do that, why do we do that? Why? Because we want to give this person the desires of their heart, just like God does. Now, I don't mean give them whatever they want. I mean helping them realize, and each of us realize, that God, the desire for God, is written on every human heart, and it's what we want. Only in God are we going to find happiness. It's really what it comes down to: peace, joy, the whole thing, right? It doesn't have anything to do with our circumstances. Circumstances might not change, but we change. You see what I'm saying? So having that realization is so important. And Rafiki had that. I know your father. And we can have that. We know your father, right? So good. And then he says, I'll show him to you if you can keep up. And he takes off. Now I started to think about how I evangelize, how I disciple, and how often I'll try and go the pace of the person that I'm discipling. And there's some, truth to that. You gotta, not overwhelm somebody. But I also then realized, wait a second, notice how Rafiki is he's going. He doesn't leave Simba behind. He could probably go faster. But he goes just fast enough that he's making Simba struggle a little bit. But what does it make Simba realize? How badly he wants to see his father. How much he wants to be in relationship with his dad again. And so I started to think about this. Do we live this radical, crazy lifestyle like Rafiki swinging from the trees? Are we that person that someone looks at us and it's I'm going to have a hard time keeping up, but I'm going to try. Why? Because he's leading me to the desires of my heart. He's leading me to peace, to fulfillment. He's leading me to Jesus. So I'm going to chase as best I can, as fast as I can. Do you offer that example? Do you offer that leadership? Now, of course, like I said, you got to know it. You got to know him. You got to have it in order to give it. But then do we give it? And sometimes I do. Woohoo, go me. But then I realized I was convicted. Sometimes I don't. Sometimes I just kind of sit with someone right where they are and I don't move. I don't show them how I'm following Jesus. I don't give them the example. So we got to do that. Do you see? All right. I think you do. So enough out of me. Thank you for watching. Be sure to subscribe to Everything God's Grace on Tuesday, the channel, social media at TCGGOT. And we will see you next time. Until then, peace of Jesus to you. God bless you.